Missouri teachers using affirming pronouns could face felony crime. So, this hasn't passed yet. I think this is just a suggestion. The proposed law prescribes penalties beyond a felony charge in the form of forcing a person convicted to register as a sex offender. So, if this passes, and I don't think it will, a Missouri teacher using the pronoun that the child has asked them to use would be committing a felony and could be convicted and registered as a sexual offender. Because of free speech, apparently. The right loves free speech, and that's why they always push it, right? The new bill introduced in the Missouri legislature would put teachers on the sex offense registry if they contribute to social transition. That's a very broad term, my man. That is a very broad term. Contribute to social transition of a trans youth, including pronouns, haircuts, information, and more. Information. If you give them a link in chat on what the word trans means, if you give them a link to Wikipedia on what transgender means, you have just given them information, and you are now a felon. It would make the actions of the teacher contributing to social transition a Class E felony. It's the lowest, I'm sure, but it's still a felony. Pronouns make me confused and uncomfortable. Criminalize it. Exactly. So here's what it actually reads. A person commits the offense of contributing to social transition if the person is acting in his or her official capacity as a teacher or school counselor. The person provides support regardless of whether it is support is material or information or other resources to a child regarding social transition. The offense is contributing to social transition is a Class E felony used in the section. The following term means child, a person under 18, social transition, the process by which an individual adopts the name, pronouns, and gender expression, such as clothing, haircuts, to match the individual's gender identity, and not the gender assumed by the individual's sex at birth. Teacher is a term that is defined by subdivisions great, and the proposed law prescribes penalties beyond felony charges in the form of forcing a person convicted to register as a Tier 1 sex offender with required annual registration. So, they would then have to be on the sex offender registry, and then you can't be a teacher at that point. They lost their entire career. They would then have to live in a certain place, and there's 1,000 different laws. I don't know what the Missouri ones are, but generally you have to live in a certain place that's so far away from schools, and then you have to go and introduce yourself to the neighbors as someone who is on the sexual offender registry. You have to go around and tell people. The actual, literal pedophiles who are on that list are gonna lie. They're gonna go from door to door and say, hey, I'm here and I'm a sex offender, but it was because I called a trans kid by their preferred pronouns, making it easier to be a child sex offender. In reality, the actual pedophiles are going to benefit from this law. It's amazing. Republicans, in their effort to make themselves feel better, are empowering child molesters because they're too dumb to just get on board. They're too backward to just get on board with normal gender ideology. They refuse it. Shouldn't Class F be the most severe felony, seeing as F stands for felony? That makes sense, Pope Bog. I would vote for that. Yeah, the Missouri pronoun bill is really scary, but has it actually gotten out of committee? Red states different. They're not as nuts as liberal news will indicate. It hasn't been passed yet, and I hope it doesn't. Torches and pitchforks come out after that. What's the bill number for this? Let's see what the bill number is. House Bill 2885 in the state of Missouri. It was Missouri. So felony charges for librarians who recommended the trans books. Bill that went nowhere in Vermont. Yeah, you're most likely this won't go anywhere. And I agree that it probably won't until Donald Trump wins. Anyway, this won't go anywhere under our current government stance. But they want it to. When a Republican tells you what they want with government, we should listen to it and find out what they want, and then discuss it, and then find out that it's insane and never vote for them again. That's the way the whole system's supposed to work. Tony, we need some Trump. It's madness. He's going to break all the laws. He's going to tear them all up. When these Missourian people tell us what they're thinking and what they want with the government, we should listen to them. We should pay attention to them. That's not ridiculous of me to look at the bills that they're proposing, look at the consequences of those bills, and then say, hey, I think these consequences are going to be nightmarishly bad. Let's not vote for them. That's the way politics is supposed to work. I feel like that law that I just described in Missouri would harm human rights and freedoms. So don't vote for Republicans in Missouri. They will take away human rights and freedoms. I just did a politics, everybody. I just did a politic. That's how the whole system works. That's how the entire system works. We all talk about laws and papers and things, and those are good, and I appreciate them. But politics is looking at their plans, looking at how it affects the humans involved, and then coming to a conclusion. It's crazy how some elected officials and their constituents actually want these nutty bills. I don't know what to do about that. Tell them it's a bad idea. Here's one right here. His name is Tony. He comes into chat all the time, and I like him. Thanks for being here, Tony. You have a bad ideology. Trump winning would harm a substantial amount of people. It would take away human rights, and it would harm humans. So I can't support the idea. Don't vote for him. He would remove good laws, put in ideological laws that harm humans and harm our freedom and harm the country. Don't vote for him. That's it. That's all I can do. Oh, hi. Thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video. The algorithm loves it when you watch it all the way to the end of the video. If you want to keep the algorithm happy, and I know you do, press the subscribe button, press the thumbs up button, leave a comment, tell me what you're thinking, tell me what you're feeling, and let's all keep that algorithm happy. Thanks. Have a good day.